How's it going, Leos? Thank you so much for checking out my channel here, Reflexive Moon Tarot. I'm Sarah. A little under the weather, but everything's great. Really excited to do some readings for you for the full moon happening in Virgo. So channeling that Virgo Virgin-like energy, keeping it fresh and unbothered. All right. So Virgo energy is very analytical and grounding. So you being the fabulous fire sign that you are, require grounding to properly burn your flame and keep it going. You have that awesome strength card energy where it's all about, you know, taming your inner beast and being the leader, like the lion, the leader of your pride, the Aslan of your Narnia. The Simba or Mufasa in the sky. Mufasa. Oh my gosh. Shout out to all the Lion King fans. Like, that was one of the movies, one of the Disney movies I really remember seeing in the theater. I brought my little sister, I remember. It's good times. Even though Disney is the devil, there is still a childlike joy when you're watching those films. If you can manage to filter through the politics of appropriation. I can't anymore, but memories in the distance. All right, nostalgia. Speaking of memories in the distance. So there's somebody that you really heart, and you heart them because they give you the feels of that either old school love or cousin-like vibes, some type of loss. Like maybe they remind you of somebody that is no longer with us. Now this could be you yearning for that as well, not necessarily in a situation where there's a romantic possibility. This could just be you wanting to be around kindred spirits, Leo. So what else is going on for the Leos for this full moon in Virgo? Be somebody that you miss. You want that feeling. Okay. Having a bit of a me party. So you are flying solo when it comes to celebrating all of your accomplishments and achievements emotionally, like feeling proud of yourself, feeling content in emotionally, you're good. Now it can be a little bit, you know, I'm always going to say this, when it comes to the Nine of Cups, there's always an element of overconsumption, right? The me party, you can overdo a me party. Your me party can last too long where you need to have others join in. Or it's just, it's also kind of like that, like, it's kind of like Hoti Buddha vibes. I'm not Buddhist, but I know that the Hoti Buddha is like very jolly, jovial, and round and plump, right? So it's just really enjoying the emotional fulfillment of consuming. You know, it's very attached to pleasure, consuming food or drinks, whatever. You know, that love rage, right? Like when you see dogs do that little, it's because just consuming is a form of pleasure. It's physiologically, it is an interesting concept, I think. I love the love rage. I get all the feels of wanting to squeeze something. Anyways, let's get back to this. So the universe is telling you, Leos, that the good outweighs the bad right now. On many levels. There's no real conflict that you're experiencing. So this is just like a gentle reminder that that is the case. Now, you could be feeling a little melancholy, feeling like you're not over something, that you may never get over it, and that's entirely possible, like when it comes to things like grief and loss. You know, those feelings always come back. We have to reprocess them because it changes who we are when we are without an individual that we love, or without anything that we've lost that we worked hard for. And it could be, doesn't necessarily have to be a person, it can be a thing. Like there are things that we are attached to that we lose that have had meaning, you know, like it's devastating, for example, if like your house burns down and you lose everything, and they are material possessions and they're not something that we are able to take with us when we move on to the next plane, but they are things that give us satisfaction, that bring us joy, that bring us feelings of security. So, you know, feeling conflicted about the bad outweighing the good and sort of touching on that or being reminded of that or being triggered, that's real. Now, you know that you're the shit. Despite all this, you know that you're awesome. I feel like this is just an extension of this 9 right here. It's like your me party is a 100% celebration of the self. And it makes absolute sense, you being the fabulous Leo that you are, confident in who you are, and just really seeing that you have so much that is like so much to bring to the table. Like you're needed. And you know this. Man. All right. Excuse me. All right, King of Swords in the past. So there's someone in your past who really is a brilliant individual, kind of the type of person who has like, who's very conscious and kind of can act like your conscience. They are your voice of reason, or they were your voice of reason. This could be a, you know, a piece of an aspect of yourself, you being the voice of reason for others. But I really feel like this is somebody in your past who you know, hold near and dear to your heart, that's really influenced you in a positive way, that's been the air to feed your fire, that person that eases your mind, or has eased your mind in many ways, who has enlightened your mindset in plenty of ways, who has like contributed to your wealth of knowledge. This could be an Aquarius, Gemini, or have like some type of significant air placement. Also a Libra as well. So if you know that somebody's an Aquarius, or, you know, any of those 3 signs, whether it's in their sun, moon, or rising, and depending on how well you know your friends' birth charts, that could be very real for you. And you're kind of reminiscing and maybe wishing those old times would come back on some level. Or you just want to be happy in those memories. And it sounds like you're also going to do some work to manifest. This person could also be a manifester in your life that's going to come through for you on some level. But either way, like you have some intentions that you're trying to set, and whether it's you or someone outside of yourself, you're going to do the necessary work. I feel like this is actually more related to whatever loss you've experienced. You're going to magic your way through, you know, dealing with this hard time, or this cycle, okay? Staying grounded and getting in touch with what it is that that assists you, whether it's like I want to say culturally, because, you know, if you are into not spell work, but anything like esoteric, or spiritual on some level. I feel like that, like I see, I'm noticing the Magician pointing to the ground here, and it always makes me think like what we're rooted in. And I was pulling personal oracle cards today, and it was all about remembering where you come from. So that's a message that I received, and I just think that it's important that I share that with you today as well. The land you're from, right? So we have the Knight of Swords. Now, there's stuff that you want to learn, like you still are, like your mind is still desires to learn new things, to be taught, to also receive guidance as well. I think that, you know, people don't realize that the Knight is also a student, like the Page. They're still learning. They still require direction. But they do the work, like they have experience in doing the work, and they are able to execute orders that they receive a lot more effectively or efficiently, or with more power than, say, a Page would. So your attitude is kind of like breaking trail, like you're doing the work to break trail for yourself. Still on a journey, you know, the life journey. Now, it's not a fixed state, but I feel like there's just, there's room for growth. Like this is, I feel like whatever this next phase, like between, I'd say, the full moon, and I forgot to mention earlier that, you know, this is a timeless reading, so it applies no matter when, but it's Virgo moon energy that we're channeling here. So I feel like your grounding is very much going to be centered in being present to your own needs and the things that you need to do for yourself. Because if it were, say, the Queen or the King, it really is also about being more other-oriented. And this may be either a message where in your attitude, you need to level up and be more other-oriented when you're going through this period of time. Or you just really need to focus on yourself so that you can level up to be more other-oriented during this time. There's others that you need to be present for. Now that could be in any given situation where you're being present to the needs of your family, where you're being present to the needs of your colleagues, of your boss, of people that you serve on any kind of way, or community, right? I'm feeling loss again. So who else might be grieving at this time or shares this grief with you? Now, messages are coming through for you. An awakening even, where you're, I don't know, you're just trying to be gentle with yourself with these messages. Messages from your guides, messages from your ancestors or those who have passed on. I would say that it's about life. It's about loving life still, and just paying homage to the cycle of life, and that we all have to live through it and go through it, and it's hard, but we come to this awakening, and it is almost like an epiphany where you just sort of see the beauty in all of the things that are fabulous and fantastic, the things that are bittersweet. You know, it's all a part of the journey. The happiness and the sadness. Two of Pentacles. So, balance with health and money. Very grounding energy again. Very, very grounding energy with the Two of Pentacles. This is like thinking about the direction that you want to take, or just, it's kind of like, so sometimes it can be like paycheck to paycheck where you are hustling to survive and thrive, right? Not quite in the spot where you want to be manifesting that 10 of coins money, but when it comes to health, this is also the doing aspect. Now you really hope to just stay focused and stick with whatever routine you got going on that is your health hustle. This could be very much involved in connecting with others, but more so this is just sort of like doing the things that will keep you from feeling shut out and isolated in your pain, in your wounds. This is, I feel like, because of all these emotional cards that have come through, this is, you tapping into your level of emotional intelligence, because the King of Swords is very intelligent on an emotional level. They're able to articulate and connect with their emotions. So we don't want to be allowing these feelings of despair to get the best of us. It's just, we have to move through them. And if money and hard times is what's coming through for you, justice will be served on some level for you. Whether that be you achieving a state of balance after a period of turmoil and despair, whether it's emotionally, physically, financially, it's going to come through and you're going to balance out your act again. That Libra energy of balancing the scales, of speaking your truth, of communicating. Communication is key when it comes to justice, because there really is no justice if nobody knows what's going on, right? It doesn't work that way. Justice, but holding on. You need to make sure that you're not letting other people take your energy, all right? I feel like that is the biggest takeaway here. We're clarifying justice with not allowing other people to take from you, and also not holding on too tight to what it is that you're trying to do so that you shut people out, because that is also toxic behavior. All right. So getting through this full moon, there's going to be a lot of energy for you. Stay grounded, stay focused, and let's pull some quick oracle cards. We got childhood memories here. What are your childhood memories that are good, right? We have compassion. Who do you have compassion for? Or who could you, like, would it be wise to be more compassionate for some certain individuals in your life? Probably. And we have, life would be a lot more fun if everybody's middle name was motherfucking. All right, so spiritual AF here. We got, make today fun by silently inserting motherfucking into the name of everyone you come into contact with. Ben motherfucking Franklin. Yeah. Grandpa motherfucking Bob. That lady from accounting, she's now Carol motherfucking Cooper from accounting. Somehow this makes those financial spreadsheets more bearable, right? It's going to be a great motherfucking day. So, while some people might be a little bit critical of entering swears into, the sacredness of well-being, sometimes swears, they make their way through and they make it more digestible. All right. Catch you next time, Leo. Bye for now.